Hello, and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and every Thursday we get together for an hour or so. We hang out, we talk about the weather, and we draw some stuff. And today is no exception. Today is going to be a very nice day because I'm joined here by JJ.
Hello.
Hello. JJ, you're looking very well illuminated today.
Yeah, you gave me a little additional lighting.
Yeah, every week I give you one more light.
We were in the checkout line at Ross Dress for Less, believe it or not, and they had like a little mini
Gizmo.
It was for like vloggers, and it was like $3. And you know what? I think it was money well spent.
It is, absolutely. So today is going to be a fun day. We're focusing on pugs, and there seems to be a lot of enthusiasm for that from folks. So let's see. We have Mary Steelman, who has a pug named Boogie.
Oh, Boogie!
That's very nice. And we have Marge, who says she's looking forward to drawing pugs because she keeps working on a good likeness of her GSD.
German Shepherd dog? Yes, German Shepherd dog.
Is that what it is?
I'm pretty sure.
It's like General Service Director. Maybe it's her boss at work. Looks like a pug, could be. Heather says that pugs are way easier to draw than a blue merle Australian Shepherd.
We know that from experience. My sister has a blue merle Aussie named Luna, and we say sometimes she looks like carpet samples.
That's true.
She has so many different colors and furs and different textures, which is sort of part of it.
Yeah, and the colors are just dappled. It is tough.
But she's a beautiful dog.
Mokoro wishes that they had a pug.
Aw.
Well, get one. And Marigold asks if anybody else brought a pug to sketch. Don't worry, we're going to provide two free, complimentary.
It's all pugs all the time over here these days.
We've got a lot of enthusiasm out here. We've got SCP Sketch in Brazil.
Cool.
Hello, Brazil. And we've got Mokoro, who seems to have had too many mochachinos. Super wired and ready to go. And Vi from Poland. Very nice. So good.
So why are we doing pugs?
Why are we doing pugs?
A day late.
Yesterday?
Yesterday was National Pug Day. And we just couldn't, is something we couldn't pass up for the obvious reasons. So we usually try to be forward thinking on the show. What's coming up? What is the day of? However, National Pug Day is that's a pretty big holiday around these parts. Yeah.
I would like to think of it as International Pug Day because we have folks from all over the world here, so we're going to extend it, and we are going to make it a worldwide phenomenon.
Oh my gosh, Mary White,
14 pugs over the last 4 years.
Wow, that's a grumble times like 4, 5. Almost
we had a friend's pug over here a couple days ago, so we had 3 of them together, and that's a grumble, and that was really good. Artsy Cats has been drawing movie monsters.
Fun.
Pugs are a little monstrous. They look like little gremlins.
They sort of look like little monkeys.
Yeah, little monkeys. And Leslie says her granddog is a chug, Chihuahua pug named Bert.
Cutie.
Very nice. Apparently, it was also Global Cat Day.
We love cats too.
It's a minor holiday. We're talking major holiday. We're
talking
take the day off from work.
Of all the breeds of dog, I do think pugs are a little bit cat-like. I think they have cat-like qualities.
You didn't tell me that before we got one.
We love all dogs and cats equally. We just happen to have a duo of pugs at the moment.
In Brazil, they have the caramel vira-lata dog. They have that at Starbucks, too. And it's a big favorite, the caramel vira-lata. I'll have a grande. Nancy says, what happened when the pug swallowed a firefly? He smiled with delight.
Nancy.
That's even bad for you.
No, it's excellence.
Mary had a sweet pug named Terry. That's very nice. So we've had now our second pug. And this is JJ's third pug, Lily.
We have now Twiglet and Clover.
Twiglet, Clover, and
Lily, R.I.P. Yeah.
And Lisa has an adorable Boston Terrier.
Gotta love that.
National Black Cat Month.
Well, as it should be. as it should be, because black cats have.
We already did black cats on Friday the 13th.
That's true, but they it is good to be aware of the plight of the black cat during October.
So here's the thought behind drawing our pugs. It's not just because, hey, there are pugs. In a way, it's going to be an exercise because here, let me just show you. Here, look at these two guys. So this is a picture we took this morning of
this was about an hour ago
of a duo, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw each of them separately. But the funny thing is, like, you look at these dogs, and they're kind of like, on first glance, they're sort of the same kind of thing. But when you actually start studying them, you'll see that they're really different. So I thought it would be kind of an interesting exercise just in taking things that are similar and really seeing how different they are. So my plan is to do 2 drawings, one of each of our dogs. You're welcome if you don't want to do this and you want to draw your own pet, you could do that. But it is an interesting thing to study, and there are some issues around how do you draw a dog that has basically a very dark face. We had to take about 200
hard to
pictures.
Photograph, yeah.
We had to take about 200 pictures of Clover to get some sense of her features. Twiglet is a bit more kind of clean demarcations of her face areas, but anyway.
Yeah, the same but different, but really different, honestly.
They are, yes.
You really look at them and observe them, they're really, in many ways, dissimilar.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you see them, and particularly when we had the third one here, Lucy, and they're running around, it's like looks like 3 sizes, 3
Small, medium, large.
Yeah, but even so, they sort of like, they just blend together, and Twiglet is more than twice the size of Clover. Twice the size. She's so anyway, so we're going to start here with Twiglet. Here's a picture of Twiglet, and
this is really a like pug supermodel shot.
yeah, this is
this is in her modeling portfolio.
Right. Yeah, this is I think it's a nice picture. So, and Twiglet can, she can look glum, because of just the way that her, like what was that cat called? Grumpy cat. Yeah, so she can look like a grump, but she can't actually, I was going to say, but she isn't one, but she can be. She can be grumpy, but she's not. Here she's looking sort of more noble. So I'm thinking we'll start with that, and we'll spend, I don't know.
So you're going to do each dog twice? Is that the thinking?
No, I'm going to draw each dog once.
Oh,
so I'm going to draw Twiglet.
Okay.
And then on the other side of the page, I'm going to draw Clover.
A twofer.
A twofer. And I'm probably going to do it, I'm going to do it with my brush pen, and I might bring in some ink wash. But
are you going to use any colors?
I don't think so. She doesn't really have many colors, so I think I'm going to keep it monochromatic. Sorry, not sure why I said that, but yeah. So I'm going to start with this ear and work my way around her head.
It slightly feels like you stole the light from your desktop to put illumination on my face. Your desk feels a little dark.
Does it? I can turn up the light. How's that?
I have a delay, so I will tell you in a moment.
It's super bright now. Yeah, I think it's bright enough.
Yeah, it's better.
The brighter I make it, the more of a shadow it's going to cast with
I
my
see.
hand. So
I see.
she has some like little tiny hair. Like her fur is pretty smooth and deceptively soft. Like you look at her and you wouldn't think she's like totally velvet.
Yeah, she's softer than Clover. Clover has totally different fur and is a very different color, much darker.
It's funny, when we had our miniature dachshunds that we had in New York, Tim and Joe.
They had real luxury fur.
Yeah, but it's always a sort of similar situation where Joe was like the absolute like supermodel, and Tim was, as we used to call him, an old
kind of looked
sweater.
like an old sweater. Your mother coined that phrase.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, we did get them groomed, and they would get sort of these teddy bear cuts. Oh, it was just so luxurious. They were so soft. Really was, I think, the softest thing you could ever imagine feeling. But when Tim's hair grew out, he had an undercoat that was light. And then when his hair got to full length, it was dark on the ends. So it created this sort of murkiness. Like you sort of think
It
it's
wasn't
meant
sharp. It wasn't
it's
sharp.
like the other way around. You're gonna have dark underneath and lighter on the no. So he had tricolored. He
was
had
a cream. He was a cream-colored dog that happened to have black fur on top of it.
black and also tan. He just had a lot of, but he was a dear thing. But I mean, bless him. He
was a bit of a
wasn't well appointed.
Yeah, and so then, but I also wonder. Sometimes I feel like with Twiglet, like she's such a majestic beast. Kind of anything by comparison.
She's a pretty good-looking pug, I would say. She's very blonde for a pug. She's very blonde. She's a champagne pug.
Is that what it's called? Or did
I've
you just
heard that
coin
term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that term, but I think she is like a little bit lighter than the average pug.
Yeah, but she has what makes her easier to draw is that she has these sharper markings.
Well, she doesn't have a dark face except for her muzzle and around her eyes.
Right.
You'll see when we get to Clover, she's got a dark forehead.
Kind of, yeah. It's sort of like she has like a wash version, kind of like a glaze, as if somebody had watercolored her and had let it run. But maybe that's...
So Pratima is asking, are you using ink or brush pen, as this month is called Inktober?
This month is indeed called Inktober, and I'm using an ink brush. So it's a Pentel Arts portable pocket brush pen. Pocket brush pen.
But every month is sort of Inktober for you because you almost never.
Ink. I like ink.
Yeah, we're opponents of the pen first approach.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of not massively enthusiastic usually about Inktober, because it's sort of like calling it like Mantober. Like, we're going to be men in October. Well, yeah, I am, but I'm also going to be using ink. And I'm going to be using ink and being a man in other months too. Maybe that wasn't a good analogy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was keeping my mouth shut.
Thank you.
Should we talk about Nosferatu? That was another contender for today's subject matter, because
It wasn't really a contender. Yes.
on Monday we went to the cinema, and it was like an art house cinema, which is a place out in Tempe, which is where ASU is. Kind of far away from us, so we haven't been there before. But it was really fun. They did a screening of the 1922 version of the film Nosferatu, which is a silent movie, and some clever guy had scored it with 2 Radiohead albums.
Had he cut it up, do you think? Did they cut up the songs?
No.
Like, how did he get it so that, because it did kind of work with the movie, and yeah, it did kind of flow. I don't know if you've ever seen Nosferatu, but it's a pretty freaky movie.
I mean, it's freaky, but it's also weirdly hilarious. I mean, I would say more than not, we were like just absolutely. I mean, we would have been rolling, except we had pretty bad seats. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. The impression I had over and over while watching it is this must have been terrifying in 1922. You know, when films were still a thing that, you know, people had sort of deep emotional reactions to because they were so new and special and weird, and just, yeah, some of the shots.
Well, I've been thinking that it's, in a weird way, it's a movie about the plague, right? Because the plague is a big thing.
Well, the Spanish flu, right?
The Spanish flu was going on then, so that's kind of like the version of kind of like the COVID that we had, but it was much more deadly in a lot of ways. And that's kind of what this movie is about, Nosferatu. Because strangely, Nosferatu is supposedly like the first vampire, but he doesn't really drink anybody's blood, or maybe drinks like a couple people's blood.
He drinks all of the sailors on the boat.
Yeah. Does he? No,
Yes.
They die of the plague. You're wrong. They die of the plague.
Oh, because of the rats in his coffin?
Yeah, they die of the plague. He doesn't really. There's a couple people who they say basically, oh, I think I got a couple
Two
of
mosquito bites very close together.
It's like, yeah, okay. So that's not exactly terrifying.
I don't know. We really enjoyed the experience. Personally, I love Radiohead. And one of my favorite Radiohead albums, Kid A, it scored it the second half of the film to that, and I just thought it was amazing. I think you probably could have taken or left it.
Let me just say, it was a weird film. It was weird music, and we were sitting literally on the front row. I was sitting at the far end on the front row. I haven't done that since I was like in high school.
I got the last two seats, and when I booked them, I thought it was the back row. So we walked in, and we were like, "Oh no!" Yeah, So when we left the theater, I went into the ladies' room, and some woman actually said to me, "Let me fix your hair," because the back of my hair, from squidging down, trying to look up in the seat, I had like a bouffant, like bird's nest in the back of my head.
I didn't know that. That's terrible.
Oh my gosh! Not only is Koja Kona here, but Holly Rose is here. That is so fun.
Wow, that's cool. It's like
Oh
a
my
old school day.
gosh! So much to love about this.
Everybody likes to draw pugs. So, all right, I'm feeling reasonably good about this.
Vi is correcting you. Nosferatu is not the first vampire, and I was going to say that too. It's loosely based on Stoker's Dracula, which is based on other works and folklore. Because I do think vampires were, back to the Middle Ages, as far as I know.
Right, but in terms of movies.
Right, the first vampire movie, yeah, that's probably true.
But also, the first werewolf movie. There's a werewolf in this movie. Nobody ever talks about it, but
because it's sort of a raccoon.
It's sort of like a raccoon in a fox suit or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's quite something.
Yeah, it was quite something. It's a seasonal treat, We're like it was still 100 degrees here on Monday when we went to this film, so we got to take what we can get to like get in the mood for Halloween. It's just really hot here, and today is a little bit of a break, but
I mean, and it was genuinely terrifying having to sit for 2 hours and listen to Radiohead. I have to tell you, it was.
I'm going to give him my best resting pug face right now.
Yeah. So, all right. So now I'm using a bit of ink wash. Not ink gouache. It's a different story. It's ink wash.
Are you going to be able to capture the little mini gray hairs she's getting on her chinny chin chin?
No, that's not my objective.
Man, when she was a little pup, she was jet black, solid black face.
You said the same thing about me. And look at me now. Look what you've done to me.
I'm giving you another resting pug face. We were looking at some old videos of Danny and...
Yeah, that was kind of terrifying too.
Well, honestly, and this isn't a bad thing, but we realized we've aged. We've aged. Used to have much darker eyebrows, that's for sure.
It's true. It's time to start dyeing them, I think.
What do they call it? Just for men?
Just for men.
Gail Bryce from Melton Mowbray, England, just joined. That sounds like a nice place.
It sounds like an Agatha Christie kind of place.
Linda just said, aging is a luxury. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. The alternative is not terribly pleasing.
I like looking at Twiggy's face for an extended period. It's nice.
Just look at her face and my heart feels like it's going to explode. I love her so much. I love her so much. Oh, David just put a nice David Bowie quote in. David Bowie, one of our favorite humans.
Is David Bowie showing up again? Is that?
I wish. Anyway, David's quote is, aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been.
Really?
I think that's nice.
Person you should have always been. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, this needs to dry a bit. How are we time-wise? We're okay.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
Got to get these eyes right. See, now my paper is wet, so the ink is misbehaving a bit.
What kind of paper are you using?
I'm just using mixed media paper, but I put quite a lot of water on it, so it's not super happy. It's taking on a life of its own. Yeah, she has a lot of colors in her.
Many shades of tan.
It's true. 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, it's funny, in my father's family, they all have boxers. And I never had any interest in a flat-nosed dog. What's the term for them? Flat-nosed dogs?
Brachio. I don't know. It's brachio something.
Right. But yeah, now it looks nice to me.
You're a pug person. Who knew? Honestly, we love all dogs. Could a dog enter our life that we wouldn't love? I don't think so.
I can think of a couple of dogs that we've dog sat for that I could.
But I also believe if those dogs lived with us, they might be more.
Or at least they would fit our agenda more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because other people, they raise their dogs differently than we do, for different purposes.
Well, and I think, it's the dog sometimes takes the personality of the owner.
Well, yeah.
Some dogs that we have dog sat for have like no training, no, they're eating the food off the counter. That doesn't fly in our house.
Well, Clover would do that, but
we're training her not to.
Clover's going to the dog trainer today.
She is, bless her heart.
Get a beat down.
Yeah, Donna's pointing out, don't forget her beauty mark, which is an essential part of the pug.
Good point. I did forget it. Yeah, this is going to have to dry for a bit because it's looking a little out of focus. All right.
That beauty mark has whisker growing out of it.
Yeah, mine's not going to.
Oh my goodness.
Brassy brachycephalic, says Roberta. That's
Oh,
right.
yes. Thank you, Roberta.
And so does Heather. Brachios. They spell it differently, so I'm not sure which one it is, but Mineral Past spells it differently too. So yes, I think it doesn't have an O. Good. Good. There's a lot of pug people. Mary says her pug turned so gray, her mask was nearly white when she was only 8. Yeah. Laura says that the dog rescue wanted them to adopt an Offenpinscher.
Oh, cute.
I drew an Offenpinscher once. Monkey dog. That's what Offenpinscher means.
They're so cute. Oh no, somebody is knocking on our door. Oh my gosh.
Well,
That's how you know it's live, folks.
let me just clean up this nose here. All right, I think I'm just gonna move on to Clover, seeing as there's all hell is breaking loose here. Okay, we're gonna move on to Clover. Maybe we'll come back to Twiggy. So I have 2 pictures here of Clover. Hey Jen, I have 2 pictures of Clover.
Okay. I'm back.
Was that something important?
That was like I was
it the
about to
police?
be angry with the timing, but somebody sent me flowers. How nice is that?
Bastards.
Was it one of you? I didn't read the card yet.
It was me. I sent you flowers because tonight JJ's going to be in her first tennis tournament.
I am. I'm playing in a tennis. I was wondering if we were going to talk about it, but
Tennis tournament. She's going to kick ass. All right, before we talk about it, let's just pick a picture of Clover. Can you
Okay.
see this first one?
yeah, so cute.
And then I have a different one where she's got her head tilted. I think this is cuter. The second one. Yeah, I think this is the one I'm going to go with. This is cuter. But you see, again, her face is just different. It's darker. So it's going to be a bit more high contrast. What do you think? You agree with this one? Are you seeing it?
I think I have a delay.
You still have a delay?
I don't know. They look the same to me.
No, look. They don't look the same. Yeah, that's the second one that you have.
Maybe I didn't see the first one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one.
Clover is a bit of a rascal, I have to say. She is a little rapscallion.
She is. But she's smart as a whip.
Yeah, she is. We're sort of impressed with how smart she is.
Tell the story about the leash.
I think we told it last week, didn't we?
I can't get over it.
We're still getting to know Miss Clover. You know, she's still pretty new to us. She's still very new for Twiggy. Twiggy is not totally sold on this concept.
You don't think so by now? And that's we took them to the vet, and the vet said basically,
Let them work it out.
they're going to work it out.
She's we got her from San Diego Pug Rescue, and the foster mom that she had prior to us described her as total Spitfire. So we should have known what we were getting into. But we did want a young dog, and, young dogs in a rescue are sort of few and far between. So, and we thought, we're down for Spitfire.
I don't know. I'd rather have a Spitfire than a dullard. I think she's a good one.
She is. She makes us laugh, that's for sure. She has a lot of personality. She is confident. You know, she came into this new home and really in less than 24 hours,
Took over.
she was like, I own this. I claim it.
I think this picture kind of shows that.
Mm-hmm. What this picture doesn't entirely show is for a flat-faced dog, Clover actually has a little nose, which is sort of nice. You know, it's a big advantage to not, I mean, I think a lot of the complaints with this breed is they've been bred to be flatter and flatter faced. And yeah, she has actual real, I mean, you can kind of see it in this photo, but her face is not totally flat.
Yeah, Twiglet had to have surgery when she was little so that she could breathe properly.
Well, that's not exactly true.
Was it just to enhance her looks?
No, it was when she had her spay surgery, the vet said, you might as well take this opportunity to just widen her nares a little bit.
Her nares?
Her nostril, in a dog, a nostril is called a nare, I guess. And I can't imagine that is a thing that one might do if you were not under general anesthetic. But yeah, so we gave her a bit of a nose job, it's true.
Well, it's safer. It's healthier for them.
Yeah, but it's terrible that, it's regrettable that it was needed.
Yeah, so a lot of her face is in shadow, so I'm leaving out a lot of these details because I'm going to have to put them in with the ink wash, I think. Yeah, this is going to be more of an ink painting. This looks like I'm just putting big blobs of ink all over it, but it's not really because this is Sumi ink, which is isn't super black, and as it dries, it will get lighter and lighter. Yeah, see, she just doesn't have those hard edges to her darkness.
She's a tiny little thing. She is...
And fast.
Oh, lightning.
I mean, the fastest dog I've ever owned, by far.
Yeah, poor Twiggy is walking with a limp.
Literally, we went to the vet. They had to massage Twiggy because she had such muscle strain from running like a maniac after this other dog.
She got some doggy Advil. It was inevitable, I guess. It's fun to draw two things that are the same but different.
Right, I'd agree.
What else are you learning from this exercise?
I kind of wish that the lighting was a bit more similar on both of them so that I could study them more side by side, but I haven't really, I think this is the first time I've drawn Clover. I've drawn Twiglet hundreds of times, so I'm sure I'm going to be drawing Clover a lot in the future, but I think Clover, part of the reason she's hard to photograph is you look at her and she just looks different all the time. Doesn't she? She's like, I don't know. Her face changes. It might just because I'm just not as familiar with it as I am with Twiglets.
I'm going to say something that is controversial.
Something Go ahead.
But a lot of the photographs that I've taken of Clover,
Yeah, she looks like a monkey.
she's not cute. I know that sounds, I mean, obviously I love her already beyond measure, but she's doesn't photograph amazingly. Maybe it's we haven't figured out how to photograph her amazingly. A lot of the pictures she looks real. What was the term you were using?
Like a monkey?
No, the eyes.
I don't know. What was I don't
You were like, oh, we got to get one where she's less
know. Wall-eyed.
wall-eyed. Yeah, it's like, Clover, look over here. She's got one, they say about Pugs, she's got one eye on the bread, one eye on the butter. And she certainly does. More so than Twiggy. Again,
Yeah.
better,
I think she also might not.
Twiggy is well appointed
She's
in
not as
that
used
way.
to the camera. Yeah. And she's smaller, so when you stick a camera in a dog's face, they're like, "What the hell is this?" But I think they have those things now where it's like an attachment. It's kind of like a selfie stick for taking pictures of dogs, where you can attach a treat to the selfie stick, and it holds the treat right in front of the camera.
I see.
So they look right at it, and you get much better pictures.
Yeah, there's this fellow in New York City called the Doggist. If you're on Instagram and you like dogs, you may have seen him because he's been doing it for, at least a decade. And he just gets these incredible dog portraits. He just stops people on the street, asks them a little bit about their dog, but takes these amazing dog portraits. Just so good. So I think he has that treat cam.
Marty Feldman eyes.
Yeah. Do you remember once on Draw With Me we did Marty Feldman, which is really strange?
Yeah. In fact, I have Marty Feldman hanging up back there.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you do.
Yeah.
Danny rearranges the photos.
They're actually drawings.
The drawings that he has pinned up is just like a bunch of thumbtacks.
It's harder to get the eyes right. It takes a bit more work. Got to do a few more layers to it.
Well, you have time.
Good. I'm going to need it. I don't want to overwork this, but right now she just looks like I don't know.
She looks brindle.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for this layer of wash to dry. It'll get better. In fact, I might.
Can I help?
No, I'm just going to turn down my mic and hit it with a blow.
Oh, should I cover mine? got some interesting artifacts there for.
Yeah, I think I can get rid of them.
Are you going to do any lettering? Is that part of the ultimate plan?
It is.
That'd be nice. Have a keepsake of our puggies.
Okay, well, I can get rid of that line.
I mean, it could be like a little whisker moment, right?
It's not bad.
There are no mistakes in art, as they say.
They do say that, but
You say that.
I know.
There are mistakes in Draw With Me, that's for certain.
No, there are no mistakes. It's just because a lot of times you do something like that and you go, "Oh, what the hell? I would never think to do that." But then you go, "That's kind of cool, actually."
Oh, Jean she says those swooshes of ink depict her speed.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
She is so fast.
Good. Yeah, she couldn't hold still for long
She
enough
is
to
so,
get drawn.
it was difficult to take this picture of her. I don't know if the first one that you saw, you could see my hands. You have to clamp her down.
Yeah, she's a fidgeter.
Well, she's always on the move. Always on the move. Looking for the next snack. She just also likes to play. She loves toys. She's into everything.
I mean, normally dogs sleep all the time. She
doesn't. She sits on. We have this ottoman, and she just stares out the window, looking at birds and whatnot. But it's the backyard, so there isn't that much activity back there. But she doesn't. She doesn't close her eyes.
She's looking for things to bark at.
She doesn't much. She isn't a tremendous barker, but she is not asleep.
This is kind of a weird drawing, but I kind of like it. I feel like it does actually capture her in a weird way. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not too unpleased with it.
High praise there, not too unpleased.
Well, there's the two together. Yeah, I think, okay, maybe I'll do some lettering under the bottom.
Yeah, I think you did a great job. I love it. I don't like it. I love it.
Thank you.
You still have the reference up. Is that what you meant to do?
I can get rid of it.
You gonna write Twiglet or Twiggy?
I think Twiglet.
That's a real pretty T you made there, Mister.
Thank you. What is that song? Parsley and Clover? Paisley?
Crimson.
And Clover. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. We've been watching The Voice, popular American television.
I think it's a global phenom, actually.
Is it? Do you guys have The Voice?
Absolutely. I mean,
Koja thinks you captured the reluctancy Clover shows in the photo and maybe a certain grumpiness of Twiglet. I agree.
it's true.
I mean, these are dogs you know well, so I think you bring that to their portraits, right? It's different than when you're drawing from a reference photo of something that is unknown to you. Koja said the voice concept was actually from Holland.
Oh,
Interesting.
really?
Well, we thank you for that, our Dutch friends, because we really enjoyed this show. And this year, one of the judges is Snoop Dogg. And I have to say, I think this guy is just winning at life. I think he is an exceptional human. And I'm really enjoying him on the show.
It just makes me want to smoke more pot. Well, I don't smoke pot at all, but if I did.
Whatever he's doing, it's right because it's working. And he seems like, for the contestants that have ended up on his team, I'm really excited to see what happens for them.
Yeah,
I like all of the judges, honestly. They're all great.
I'm going to go back and I want to look at the picture of Twiglet a bit again. Just put in a few little whisker holes.
Pores. We had this come up before, what a whisker hole is called.
Isn't it called a follicle?
No?
You call it whisker hole.
One of these dogs is making a lot of noise. Are you going to write that it's National Pug Day?
I'm not, because
To be most clear, National Pug Day is...
It's over.
Yeah, it's over, but I think it's also the second or third Wednesday.
Is it? What are you supposed to do on...
We Googled, like, when is the next, and it told us Wednesday the 17th, 2025 will be the next one.
So what are you supposed to do on Pug Day? Luxuriate and rumble?
I mean, from what we saw, a lot of people post their pugs on social media.
Well, that's always true. Look at this gibber again. That's a nutty looking animal.
Atomic Elf said Google's AI says it's a follicle, but the sensory organ at the base of the whisker is called a proprioceptor.
Interesting.
Because they really have, a sixth sense with these whiskers. I know cats. I think that it must be when we did a cat episode, because I know for cats, their whiskers are truly essential. They're almost like...
People don't remove cats' whiskers like they remove their claws, do they?
Oh, let's not even talk about that. That is so barbaric. Anyone that...
Easy. There might be
No,
a lot of
it's not okay.
enthusiastic...
It's not okay. Sorry. Got to draw the line somewhere.
declawing. Declawing isn't it? It's dangerous for them also, isn't it? Because
It's
they
painful.
don't defend themselves.
Painful.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've had a cat.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's pretty good. I think we're at a point of resolution.
You're gonna land the plane early today? Show ending early?
I'm just going to luxuriate in this. Yeah, it's sort of an odd drawing, but I like it. Screwing the India ink bottle closed. That must be the end.
Still have time to spill it.
No, it's put away now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I feel like even these disaster lines that came out didn't end up being a problem.
I think that they're.
I wondered if I was going to have to like put whitewash on that, but
No, I think they are.
I think it worked out.
I think they make the page. Honestly.
Yeah, it kind of pulled the two together. Good. So, what else are we going to talk about?
Heather has teed it up.
Wasn't I going to talk about Illustrated Life being on sale again?
Thank you, Heather. Our
Yes,
friend.
Heather, is it here? Yes. Your Illustrated Life is on sale. It's not.
You know,
It's
we
for
offered
sale.
it and
It's
then we
for sale.
Yeah, we offered
It's for
it and then
sale.
we closed the door temporarily.
Yes.
But it's back. It's back.
So, Your Illustrated Life is our course about illustrated memoirs. So many hundreds and hundreds of illustrated memoirs have been made as a result of this course this summer. And now it's back. We've actually been working on it all summer. We've made it better and better. We've got so many examples. I would just say go to our website and just look at the page and just see all the examples of all the stuff that people have made. It's really incredible. Even if you don't sign up for it, just go and see what you could do to make a drawn or collaged, or even we teach ways of taking old photos and turning them into art. There's all different kinds of ways of doing stuff, and there's also lots and lots of directions and guides and memoirs.
I think if you're intimidated by the concept of having to make a whole book, then a lot of people are just enjoying the process of doing these as pages. Integrating them into their other sketchbooks, and it's like it doesn't have to be that deep that you turn it into a complete book of your life. I think some people were intimidated by that notion. So, I mean, I can tell you my illustrated memoir, the whole thing, should I be so long as to so fortunate as to age further? I'll be working on this thing for the rest of my life because it takes me like 2 weeks to do one page. But it's fun. It's fun, and it's an awesome community to join because other people are.
We're doing a lot of stuff on Schoolyard, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
So I just put up the. There is the URL, sketchbook.tiny.us/life, or just go to the Sketchbook School website. You'll see it there. But go and have a look at cool stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
I think, is this the right URL? I'm just trying to make sure that it is the right URL. I think it's not, actually.
Oh, that's depressing.
No, it's not. So I'm just going to put up the Sketchbook School URL, so you can just go there and look at courses. Let me just put it up there. Let me just fix this. Sorry, guys.
There's no. Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, that's Sketchbook School. That's our website. Just go there, check it out. Okay. Is JJ holding Clover?
No, this is Twiglet.
This is Twiglet.
Clover is half this size.
Yes. So a lot of folks who took it are here in the audience. Mary and Angie and
Linda.
Linda, yes.
And Heather, obviously. Thank you.
Will the updates be added to the original? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Whenever we add stuff to it, you get it too. So, yeah. All right. So good. So, Alana wants to know when we do Draw With Me.
Every week.
Every
same
Thursday
time, same
night.
place.
Thursday. We've been doing it for 5-6 years now.
It's hard to believe.
That's true. 11 o'clock Central. It's 9 o'clock Pacific time, wherever you are. But if you subscribe to the channel, which I would recommend that you do, then you'll be notified.
Can we just talk about the subscription? So we have a goal. We have an actual milestone we're endeavoring to hit with our subscriptions. Right now we're at 343 and we're trying to get to 350. So help us. Help us.
We're trying to get our subscription to our channel 350,000 people. So 350,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's like.
It's a lot of people,
Really?
but you can really help us out by subscribing. That helps us.
Yeah,
it makes
it easier for you because then you'll get notified when we do new stuff. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of new videos coming out, and also I'm thinking that today, if I have time this afternoon, for those people who are members, I'm going to be doing a live stream, kind of like a studio time sort of thing, where I'm working on a project and I'm just going to be doing it live. So if you feel like dropping by and hanging out, you can watch it. It'll be recorded. So if you are not a member, you can become one.
Linda says she loves
being a member.
Your paid subscription. Thanks for being a member. And pay all, just subscribe. Thanks for subscribing. You know what? Every subscriber counts.
Right.
Anyway, shall we wrap it up?
Well, I'm just finishing talking about the membership. So we've been doing a lot of stuff for Inktober, but also I'm just going to be doing. I'm thinking that might be cool. Is that when I work on a video and I make art for the video, a lot of times in the video it's like a minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. But I spend obviously a lot of time making them. So I thought you can watch me do it, maybe, and you can get a preview. Kate is asking, what time is it? Whenever I decide to.
It's sort of a whimsical, fanciful thing.
Yeah, and let me explain, because that is annoying.
But there are also recordings of everything.
Basically, what it is I'm just going to start doing it. I'm going to pop up and do it. You'll be notified. It doesn't really matter if you come and watch me do it live, whatever. Come and watch the recording, or don't come at all. It doesn't really matter, but yeah.
It's also a small way to support the overall channel.
Right. So anyway, Drusdill enjoyed it.
Not a pug person. Maybe you're more of a pug person now.
Yeah,
just
maybe
a smidgen more.
Exactly.
A little more pug.
Mary asked try to sign up for Illustrated Life. It asks for a coupon code. I'm not sure where you did that, but if you're having problems, just let us know.
The checkout page has a form. It's skip the coupon because there aren't any coupon codes for this course.
Yes.
Thank you, though.
Yes. Will there be a notification? Yes,
Yep.
Of course there always is.
Okay.
So good. Okay. And Angela mentions reading my book, Kiss Before You Go, and saying that she liked it. So thank you. Thanks for doing that. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Okay.
Woof.
That's enough.
As Twiggy would say, woof.
Woof indeed. So, all right. Hashtag SBS Draw with me. That's where I want to see your Twiglets and your Clovers.
Yes. I am counting on all of you to make next week's pre-roll
so here's what you do.
Favorite yet.
Let me just explain. What you do is you go into social media of any kind that you want to, and you post it. Put it up like you would post any picture. Just make sure that in the description you put in hashtag SBS, that's Sketchbook School, Draw With Me. That one word, and then we'll find it. Facebook, we look on Facebook, we look on Instagram, and we look in the schoolyard. Danny'sEssays.com. I write an essay every Friday. I wrote a nice essay this week, which is about why I do what I do, and why it's important to think about the creative things that you do, to understand really your motivation for doing them, and how that can help you to be motivated to keep going and to experiment and to have a sense of knowing whether you're getting where you want to get. So that's an essay that I wrote, which you can get if you're a subscriber. Danny'sEssays.com. It's free. Might as well join. Join and become a member of our channel if you'd like, and then you can hang out with us several times a week and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Whew, that's a lot. I feel like we're hawking all this junk. It's not junk. It's good stuff. All right, JJ, you ready to say goodbye?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Goodbye. We'll see you all again soon. I'll see some of you this afternoon. I'll see some of you next week. And have a great time. Thanks for joining our pugs with us.